Yes, everybody. Hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to another stream on the channel. We're back live here again. And I thought, you know what, instead of just doing regular Liverpool content, I thought, you know what, we'll have a transfer news catch up, talking about, the stories in the world of Liverpool. And we're going to be discussing um as you can see, the topics below you. We're going to talk about Salah to Al Hilal. We'll talk about Semenyo, and we'll round off the show with Sunderland at home. If you are new to the channel, smack a like, subscribe, and we've got a lot of topics to go through with Mo Salah and Antoine Semenyo. So it should be good. So let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it. So yesterday, I saw a tweet from Alex Crook on Anything Liverpool saying, breaking, Mohamed Salah remains firmly on the radar of the Saudi Pro League clubs. Okay, we've known this for a bit of time. And you know what? I can kind of see where the dots are aligning now. Salah's got a year and 3 quarters left of his contract. He's not having a fantastic season. I could see a world where this deal actually happens. Furthermore, it says it is still to believe that Al Hilal are the leading contender for Salah, but Al Quasar, if I ain't saying the team's name, have also expressed interest. Now, a couple of years ago, Mo Salah could have gone to a Saudi Pro League club. I can't remember the team. Was it Al Ittihad? I think bidded. It was like 198 million. It was gonna break the Neymar record, and Liverpool said no, right? And that was with 2 years left of his contract back in 2023. I believe if Liverpool got an offer of around 80 to 90 million, I think they accept. We've seen a lot of stories in the past couple of weeks. Circulating Liverpool's successor. Who do they want as the Mo Salah replacement? Whether that is, Michael Elisa, just a name in the hat. A player that we've actually been linked with. And I'll be honest, I've sat and thought, do I think the club will sell him? I think, look, if they get an offer, I think they will. Because I think this team is no longer built and circled around Mo Salah. I don't think Mo Salah is washed. I think a lot of it does depend on the system. A lot of it is, how the team is ultimately set up. So I personally don't think Mo Salah is finished, but I do think he's finished in the levels of this team being built around him. I do think this team is no longer around Mo Salah. It's built around the other players now, and it should be built around the likes of Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Alexis McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch. These players are going to be here for the next, maybe not McAllister to be fair, but for the next 5 to 10 years. Mo Salah's coming to the end of his top-level professional footballing career, in my opinion. I would love him to get back to his best and stay at the club, because he's one of my favourite players since he joined back in 2017 for 35 million from Roma. And I personally believe with Mo Salah, for him it's never been about the money. He could have gone to Saudi on many, many, many occasions. I think for him, he's still got the mentality to be a Liverpool player and to be at the top of the Liverpool game. But whether if he can do that under this current manager and under this current crop of players, And let's make no mistake about it, he is having a very difficult season. We all know this. He is very much having a difficult season at the club. And, people in the chat have already said if we sell Salah, get Elise. I'm on the same path. Look, if, let's say, for example, I don't know, Al Halal came in and said, 80 million for Mo Salah, take it or leave it. I would take it, and I would do anything you can to get Michael Elise, because I think Elise is fantastic. Do I think we'll get Elise as of right now? Probably not. I think the chance to have got Elise probably would have been in the summer, if I'm being truly honest with you. Let me bless up the chat. Big up to Jacob. Hope you well, my bro. Salah Al Halal for 70 million. Would you take it? If you said to me 70 million for Mo Salah from Al Halal, and if Mo Salah keeps going on how he's going from now to the end of the season, I probably would. Big up Touchline, Glaze the Arsenal, man, bro. Shut up. Big up Benjamin, bro. The Arsenal. I can't lie, I don't want Salah to leave. No, I don't think anybody wants Mo Salah to leave the football club. I think we all want what's best for Mo Salah, if I'm being honest. Big up Nemens. I'm doing well, mate. I hope you're well. We are all rooting for Brentford today. Why? Who's Brentford got? Big up Ant Dicko. If we sell Salah, get me Elise. Salah could leave but stay in Europe, in which case we're not getting big money for him. Exactly. I mean, how old is Mo Salah? Salah is 33. He'll be 34 in June. Okay, 34 in June. I mean, look, I think the only club you're getting top money for is probably Paris Saint-Germain. And I think that ship has sailed, where he would go to a PSG or a Real Madrid or something like that. I think if Liverpool are going to get big money, it would have to be Al Hilal. It would have to be a Saudi team. I heard Elise is being eyed up by Man City to replace Semenyo, and the player Liverpool want to replace Mo Salah is Brighton's Minter. I like Minter, but if you're talking as a Mo Salah replacement, no, not for me. 21 years of age. I think he's had I think he's been a good talent, for Brighton. But I think it's still a risk. And I think for what you're paying to get rid of Mo Salah, you're paying to bring in Minter. I would just genuinely rather go and splash the cash elsewhere. I'm not a stat dude, and people on this channel will know that. He's played 13 games for Brighton, 1 goal and 3 assists. I'm not bothered about when it comes to goals and assists to replace Mo Salah, and I've said this on many occasions. I'm not concerned about replacing him from a statistic point of view, because I think like Florian Wirtz can eventually replace those creativity numbers. I think Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, and Antoine Semenyo, if we do bring him in, can replace the numbers of Mo Salah. And I use Mo Salah as a Jack Grealish replacement. Do you know when Jack Grealish left Aston Villa, they brought in Leon Bailey, Buendia, and they brought in Danny Ings to replace the overall Jack Grealish. The goals, the creativity, the players that can actually step up for the club. Yes, all being those players didn't actually turn out to be quite good. But for me, I think with Mo Salah, and also why it's a big luring pool to go to Saudi, as Ant said here, he would be the next big ambassador. Look, Ronaldo is not going to be around for much longer. They want that next big ambassador to come to the league, Muslim, etc., proud Egyptian man. I think he would take it to another level. Ronaldo's 40 years old, so he's going to retire, if not this season, next season. I think he's got less than 18 months left in the game. Therefore, They want that next big player, and Mo Salah will be that. And I've spoken to a few people, and they said, "Do you really think we'll get good money for him?" I'm like, "Yes," because it's not. You're not just buying Mo Salah. Mo Salah would rip up the Saudi league. Not only that, the commercial value, the kits, just everything that he would bring in an ambassador is as to why they want him. You know, I'm going to fact check this. Al Ittihad, um, was it Al Ittihad? Al Ittihad bid 200 mil. Was it Al Ittihad that did it? Yeah, 20 million LA accused of construction at Anfield last summer after by making a staggering 200 mil bid for Salah late in the window, which Liverpool ultimately unable to you know unable to resist, and obviously basically they just rejected it. 200 million. They were bidding 80, then it went to like 130, then it was at 150, then it went to like 200. I personally believe, look, we're not going to get that kind of money again. I don't. I would be shocked if they bidded that. I mean, look, if they bidded that, Liverpool are literally going to be chewing their ear off. But if you can somewhat get half of like 150, let's say 70 million quid, I think, look, if Mo Salah, was to go to La Liga, the Bundesliga, I think you'll probably get, because of his age and everything like that, I think you're getting maximum 40 million quid, in my opinion. I think he would go for a bit more if he was to go to a Paris Saint-Germain. But PSG look like they're moving away from that model in that sense. So I don't expect PSG to, come in for him, if I'm being truly honest. Let me catch up with some of the messages. Minter is good, but I don't want him. Yeah, I would have Elise. I think everybody would have Elise. Elise would be everybody's dream, but I just can't see it right now. 100% always justice for the night 7 every single day, twice on a Sunday. Yeah, big up Joel. I think Minter is more of a creator. Someone needed to get Isaac 30 goals. Can't have all of the front line being goal scorers. We need players to create for our strikers, also similar to Semenyo. I think God makes a really good point. You look at Isaac at Newcastle, having, the Gordons of this world, Barnes, Jacob Murphy, creating chances for him. Liverpool need that for Isaac, and that's why I'm not concerned. I've always said this, I'm never concerned when it comes to the Salah replacement. And the reason as to why, I've always said there is no Mo Salah replacement. You're not going to get a Mo Salah replacement who provides you the consistency, provides you the level of output, the level of depth that this guy has provided for the past, since 2017. So it will be 9 years. It'll be 9 years at Liverpool. Mo Salah would have been at Liverpool for literally half of my lifetime. That is mad. Mad, And I truly do believe with Mo Salah, right? And I'm going to break down why else I'm not concerned. You look at the level of output. I feel like there's players in our squad that can provide the output. I think Alexander Isak can get me 20 to 30 goals if he's put in the right positions and he's fed the ball. Because you've seen it for Newcastle, he got 23 goals. I think in the Liverpool team, he goes up another level. And Isak is coming into his prime years, so he's going to be getting better. Liverpool naturally create more chances for Newcastle. And that doesn't mean naturally his goals go up. But you'd think his level of game would go up. And I've just never been concerned from a goal aspect. Liverpool have always been able to score goals. You look in the Premier League era, Robbie Fowler, Fernando Torres, Luis Suarez, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane. Liverpool have had so many goal scorers, in the Premier League era. So I've never been concerned thinking, oh my God, how are we going to replace the goals? I think we've already done that. Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike has shown he is prepared to be able to take that mental piece to be able to score goals. I think Ekitike is a 20-goal season striker, by the way, if he's given the opportunities. I think Cody Gakpo has proven consistently since he's come into the club, which he's actually been at the club. It will be 3 years at the end of this month. Gakpo's been at Liverpool for 3 years already, raw. And, you look at it from that aspect point of view, of his level of output. So I've never really understood the concern of, people being concerned, about, replacing Mo Salah's goals, because look, you're never going to get another Mo Salah. And, you're just simply never going to get another Mo Salah. With, like I said, with the consistency, with the level of output, this guy never gets injured, for Christ's sakes. I think Mo Salah's longest injury at the football club was when he picked up the hamstring back in 2024 when he went to AFCON. And, it's going to be very, very interesting. And you saw at the weekend when Mo Salah not on the team. I think, I'm very intrigued for when he goes to AFCON as to what's going to happen with him. But look, do I think this sort of deal could happen? I think Al Hilal will really push, for him. Al Hilal are the club in the Saudi Pro League where they will go and spend big money after big money. They gave us 40 million for Darwin Núñez, 40 million plus for Darwin Núñez. They spent big money on Theo Hernandez. Like, they will spend big money if they have to. Saudi will spend big money if they have to, and they're going to do it for Mo Salah because, like I said, because of the ambassador type, like I think Ant Dicker mentioned. Big up Joe as always. Let's smash these likes, guys. 14 of you in the building. 16 likes. Let's try and slap these likes up to 20 if you can. We would get 60 to 70 million for Mo, I think. I mean, look, I think that'll be a very respected return. You've actually made profit on the man, and to say he's coming to the twilight of his career. I mean, look, who would I want on the right wing? The dream is Elise. I don't know any of the other right wingers I'd really take. If it was 3-4 years ago, maybe I'd take a Jao Bowen, but I think that ship has sailed. Maybe I would have looked at Mohamed Kudus, which I know Liverpool were a fan of, but obviously he's gone to Tottenham. So a lot of the right wingers that I would have seen as a realistic opportunity have been taken up then, and unfortunately they've gone. So I'm trying to think logically who actually could be the right winger. I think we've got players that can play on the right. I think Semenyo, once he comes in, because I do think that deal will happen, which we'll go on to Semenyo in a bit. But I do think Semenyo can play off the right. We've got players that can, Szoboszlai, Frimpong. Now, they're not the ideal players that I would want at right wing. I trust the club to bring in the advocate player that needs to come in. But I think it's very interesting to see who the club will very much go for. Top of the league again. Let's go. Yeah, I'm reading the chat. Big up the men's. If Arsenal lose, it will make my day. They win again, and then we win against Sunderland. Chat. Who's? I think someone put in the chat actually who Arsenal got. Arsenal's got Brentford. Chat. I can't lie. Arsenal's slapping up Brentford, man. Let's be real here. They're going to slap up Brentford. We will still go for Semenyo 100%. I still think we will end up with Anton, if I'm honest. Isak, Ekitike, and Wirtz are the sort of replacements. I agree, yeah. From a goal aspect point of view, from a consistent point of view, because Isak has shown that he can do it in the Premier League. Ekitike, has shown glimpses, and Florian Wirtz is a world-class talent, which I think will come good once he's stylistically fitted into the team. Liverpool are going wing backs next season. 3-5-2 suits Liverpool. I just don't see a world where Liverpool play three at the back, if I'm being honest, Caroline. As much as I'd be open to the idea of it, I think Semenyo goes to Tottenham. No, I don't think he goes Spurs, man. If he's going to go anyway, he's going Arsenal, Man City, or Liverpool. Big up. Tony Bloom, the owner of Brighton and Albion, has accused of operating a secret 600 million gambling syndicate to bet on football matches using accounts, including some belongings to what the hell? Big up to Wesley. Elise is not leaving Bayern for your club. Wake up, man. I've said I don't think he will come, but he's a name that I would take. We're playing a diamond when Mo goes. Semenyo is not coming. I think he does, man. Every day I ask myself, why does React forget to chat about the Arsenal, the best performing team in Europe? Because it's a Liverpool transfer show. Unfortunately, my friend. Arsenal love second again, LA. I see you lot praying on Arsenal's downfall, but forget your club's playing tonight as well. Bro, I think we've got a very tough game. I literally just said I think you'll beat up Brentford, in my opinion. I think Brentford are. Yeah, if you guys don't beat Brentford, yeah. If you guys don't beat Brentford, that's very interesting because you dropped three results in what, 4 games? Would that be? So, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting indeed. But no chat. And obviously, look, on the Mo Salah topic, look, I think don't be surprised if this deal does somewhat come to light. As of now, they are the leading contender. We know they've had strong interest. Whether it happens, it remains to be seen. But on the Mo Salah subject, we are going to be speaking about him at AFCON, and then we're going to move on to Semenyo and talk about Sunderland. So, obviously, also Arne Slot did confirm in his press conference yesterday, confirms Mo Salah will go to AFCON with Egypt on December the 15th. Therefore, Salah will be available for Liverpool's next 4 games, which is Sunderland, Leeds, Inter away, and Brighton at home. And obviously, a reminder, AFCON will run from the 21st of December through to January the 18th. And I can read off my notes. The games that Salah will be missing when he goes to AFCON is he will be missing Tottenham, Wolves at home, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Arsenal away, and Burnley away, and Marseille away. So he's actually missing. God, that's actually a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games. But that's if Egypt get to the final and win it. Also an FA Cup game in there, so it actually could be 8 games. Where Mo Salah will miss for Liverpool. I mean, look, I do watch AFCON, but I don't think Egypt will win AFCON. If I'm being truly honest, I would love for Mo Salah to win it for his country because I feel like he knows this is the last dance, at AFCON, and he knows this is going to be the last dance at the World Cup for Egypt. I do think he's actually been very unlucky when it comes to the AFCON Cup of Nations with Egypt. Obviously he got to the final a couple of years ago, and I think he's had like a semi-final, quarter-final as well in there. I mean, look, so I think someone like a Morocco will probably win it. And then, to be fair, they've actually got a Kenya, which is massive. But if I'm being truly honest, I'm looking at our fixtures where he's going to be missing Tottenham, Wolves, Leeds, Fulham, Arsenal. I think he'd be back for Burnley. I think he'd be back for Marseille. I think if he has to get to minimum to the semi-final for him to be out. So he'll be back for Burnley, Marseille. I don't think Egypt make the semis. So he's going to miss a good 6 games or 7 games, including the FA Cup. Hopefully we get a favourable FA Cup tie. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let me catch up with some of the comments. Slap these likes up, man. Chat. Appreciate the support over the past couple of days, man. I think last week was about 70 subs away from 2,500. We're now less than 30. I think we're about 22 subs from 2,500 now. Where did I get to? Being an Arsenal fan is like, oh my god, bro. Let's just pivot to the team that is top of the league and leading in the UCL ranks and being. Well, Wesley, like I told you, mate, I've got a Premier League podcast that's going to be starting from next week. So, and there will be an Arsenal fan on the podcast. So, I'm expecting you to tune in. We will see Wesley. Footy reacts. Terrace. I don't know a clue what you're on about, mate. Touchline facts. Touchline, did you beat 10 men at Everton? Big up Jordan in the chat, my bro. Wesley will run out for a oh my god. Canan, oh my god. Just never chat to the Arsenal. Please, bro, you're 8th or 10th or something. I don't even know because I can't scroll past the first place in the table. Look, Wesley, I've already said if you guys go on to win the league, fair enough, but a lot of talk to, for a guy that's, won one FA Cup in since 2020, mate. Bro, I've done my GCSEs more recently before you man have won a trophy. So, and yeah. We are the biggest club in England. Yeah, we are, bro. Come on. Oh, although Touchline Facts is in the chat, he'll be begging me for the fucking link in a minute. Morocco is walking AFCON. I think they'll win it. I am going to stream some of the AFCON games, I think. Will you be there when you man bottle it? Big up Red. Seen the Edison links? Yes, I've got it on my graphics. I downloaded it. So I'm gonna, bro. So sorry, man. I forgot to message you on Twitter last night about the show. I promise after this show I will message you, my guy. I mean, they're just not, mate. Mate, you're out here doing Man United in crisis. I don't know who's worse, bro. Where is Baran? No idea where Baran is. As long as we get Gehi and Semenyo in January, I'm happy. But Edison is a bonus. I'll be honest, Red. Like, I've not seen much of Edison recently. But he's certainly not my first choice. I think Liverpool have to go for someone like an Adam Wharton. I think if Liverpool are going for that player that's going to be sitting in the 6, going to be that number 8/6 or whatever, just an 8 or just an overall midfielder, in my opinion, Baleba, Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Bruno Guimaraes should be somehow available, which I believe he's got a 70 mil release clause or something like that this year. So I won't be surprised if people look at that, because remember we was actually close to signing Guimaraes because Michael Edwards wanted him, but we gave Henderson the new contract, and then we sold him a year later. Who else want to have? Look, Edison probably won't be make my top 5, to be honest with you, but for me, Adam Wharton's the priority. Elliot Anderson's a baller. Baleba, I don't think he's had a fantastic season, but he's a talent. I just think he'll go to United, so there's no real point thinking about a Baleba. I think Baleba goes to United. I think Elliot Anderson, I just got a feeling he goes to someone like a Man City, And then Adam Wharton, 65 million release clause. I swear to God, flip one on at that door. Touchline facts, United are getting a relegation side. Please acknowledge your betters. Good structure, mate. United and the Arsenal. Yeah, I don't have a clue what you're on about, my bro. You got dogs walked by PSV and will lose tonight against Sunderland. A little self-awareness, lad. Well, mate, funny enough, on Touchline's fact show, I actually predicted a draw, pretty sure. Or I can't remember if I predicted a 1-1 or was it a 2-1. It was one of the two. Couldn't beat 10-man Everton, I know, man. Where's Jock in the building? Touchline, you are the second biggest. These lot always crying. They can't even. What the fuck? 8th below us. What's your point? Nobody cares about the Arsenal, yeah? You see, Touchline, I was watching the catch-up show the other day, And you very much contradicted yourself a lot. I'm just going to wait till our next show and I'm going to show you the clips because I'm not going to show you on here because we're going to go back to the Mo Salah and the Semenyo and the Sunderland topics. But, you man, giving it the big and saying one Premier League title, one trophy in 70 years. Yeah, I told you, man, I was watching, bro. I've got the clips ready, man. I clipped it up yesterday. You admitted yourself we are bigger. Who did? Me or someone in the chat? Couldn't beat 10 man Everton. Fucking hell, bro. Fourth place, eighth place. No, you're just not though, bro. You're just not. For about a couple, bro. I asked Touchline this the other day. One of the other day, I think it was about 2-3 episodes ago on the show. Subscribe to Touchline Facts. He does great things over there. And I said to him, have Man United ever dominated a complete straight decade? And he didn't answer. My club we've actually dominated a pure decade of literally just Liverpool. Have Manchester United ever dominated a decade? He would say, 2000s to 2010. I'm sorry, but when you think of 2000s to 2010, I'm thinking of Arsenal Invincibles. I'm thinking of Arsenal double. I'm thinking of Liverpool when they won the baby treble. I'm thinking of when Chelsea when they broke the defensive record. In the 2000 era, bro, well done. You won a treble in 1999. Congrats, my guy. You're not the biggest club in England. Bro, Wesley, man, you need to... You give a lot of chat. You need to have a lot more self-respect, my guy, because... One minute you're saying that it's Arsenal, then it's United. It's like, bro, stop flip-flopping. United's the fourth biggest city. Is bigger than United. Hey, if Man City... Look, Man United need to get their act together because Liverpool are, building that little gap. Man City... Genuinely, Man City, I don't think Man City will ever catch Liverpool and United in terms of overall club stature, in terms of trophies and anything like that. I just don't think they will. Because I feel like you've got to have decade after decade after decade, decades and decades and decades of evidence and history. But I do think they could catch up with an Arsenal. They can catch up with a Chelsea because they've got the Premier League titles. I'm pretty sure they've got more Premier League titles than Arsenal. The only thing that Man City don't have more than is FA Cups. They have more League Cups because I'm pretty sure they got the second. Have Man City got the second most League Cups? I think they're on 9 or 8. Community Shields, no one cares. No one cares about Community Shields for a minute, yeah? But from a basis of league titles, Champions Leagues, League Cups, you think of they've won the English treble, they've gone 100 points, they've won a treble, they've done 4 in a row, they did back-to-back as well within the English treble. When you think of Arsenal, like when you think of Man City, you put Man City's accomplishments and then you put Arsenal's accomplishments on one table. I'm sorry, but it's just... don't even, man. I think Arsenal's a bigger club than Man City. But if you talk about it from that aspect, I don't think it's really relatively close, if I'm honest. Liverpool are a timber club. These lot win one league title and forget themselves. Every meltdown feeds the streets. Bro, someone put them in timeout, bro. No one, we're not having no flipping jokes around here, mate, about stuff like that. The reason they are calling you Joe is because Liverpool took all the L's. You North London bottle jobs, you haven't won since 2004. They're not even from North London, bro. They're from the south. I spoke to Touchline about this the other day. Is there actually a club in London where they're actually from that flipping area? Because I'm pretty sure Crystal Palace aren't. Tottenham, they're not even a London club. They're Essex. Arsenal. Is there any actual clubs that are actually from that area? Fulham. because there's an actual area called Fulham. You know, West Ham, they moved. Like, bro, 0 prems due to sponsors. Just touchline, you lose to Everton. You couldn't even cook beans. Touchline, you couldn't even cook an egg, mate. You know, you know, fans hold that. Bro, he's still in the flipping chat, man. Slap these likes up, by the way, chat, man. We're on what, 20 likes? I reckon we can get to 25. We beat you 7-0 on the weekend. Okay. He's just waffling there, just saying low. I'm leaving. I'm not watching someone who lies. What? After what? Stating your facts. Footy, they think footy only about 92 on. You tell him, man, lad. You tell him. I'm doing a show at 4 talking about Edison to Liverpool if you want to come on, bro. 4. Have you got it scheduled? Because if so, I'll redirect. I have never said. Yeah, I don't know what you're on about, bro. Bro, we're talking about Premier Leagues, you prat. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. The chat are going at each other, man. Facts, man. Bro, no one cares about Arsenal. Bro, you got YouTubers who click you guys up, gassing you lot thinking you're sick. Do you see that? Bro, I'm so glad we've not got people that do that for us, man, because... Bro, all you Liverpool fans never chat to me. Go get top 4 and I'll take the shot seriously. Then I'll try and chat to man down there. This guy, man, bro, you can't win. Yeah, I got it scheduled, yeah. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'll be able to make it, mate. I'll be able to make it. I might be 5 minutes late because this chat of flipping, we've diverted from the actual main topics. Yeah. Where did I get? Right, we're going to move on from Mo Salah now. We're going to talk about, and obviously Arne Slot did also speak. Mo Salah will travel to AFCON. Of course, a player is not happy if he's not starting, but but was very supportive of his teammates. He's a top professional. Yeah. Right, we're going to talk about Semenyo, and then we're going to talk a bit about Touchline did a runner, bro. That's Touchline facts, bro. Bless up Touchline, but yeah. Wesley, why could... Bro, just... Oh, chat, man. Fuck's sakes. So, obviously, Fabrizio Romano said this a couple of weeks ago. Now, he retweeted it again. The release clause to get Antoine Semenyo in January is worth 60 million. Fixed fee plus 5 million add-ons. Bournemouth would love to keep him until June when the clause drops around 50, but not their decision. Liverpool are seriously interested. Now, I believe Fabrizio Romano. Let's take a listen to some of his YouTube clips. So he did speak about Semenyo 1 day ago, which I'm going to find the clip for you. He also spoke about Klopp in the video as well. So let's get this clip ready. Right. Right, let me change my screen. Oh, for God's sake, I need to download it. 1 second. But no, chat. I mean, look, I think it's definitely going to be very interesting with Semenyo. Look, I've already given my thoughts and opinions. If he comes to Liverpool, he comes to Liverpool. Would I personally take him myself? I'm not his, I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my God, we need Semenyo. But if we sign him, I'm definitely taking him because I think it'd be a very good pickup for Liverpool. I think it'd be a very, very good pickup. Right, let me download this. There we go. Right, let's change this graphic for you people. 15 of you in the building. Bless up to every single one of you. Let's share my screen. Crap, I forgot which one it was. Oh man, which one was it? Oh, I've had a mare. 1 sec. One second, chat. 1 sec. This is. Oh, for God's sake. See, I'm trying to elevate the streams. Just we're making things a lot more, cleaner on this channel. So yeah, let me. Oh, for God's sake, I've absolutely messed it up. I've messed it up. Oh, what have I done? I had it all planned. It was all going so well. And now I've absolutely butchered it. All right. Why is it not sharing the screen? Oh my God. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my God, this is jarring. This is jarring. You know what? That's just going to have to do. Chat, sorry, but that's just simply going to have to do. It's just not working. Now my camera's gone. Oh, man. Reacts, quit YouTube. You crap. You bloody crap. Oh, this is actually so frustrating. This is why I hate StreamYard. Right. There we go. We're just going to have to deal with it. It's just flipping. It just wouldn't. Oh, man. Let's just roll the clip.
Will be made now. December, January. Bayern want to focus on this season. They believe they can be competitive in really all competitions.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Of course, the domestic cup, and then the Champions League. Bayern really believe they can go very far in all the competitions. And they believe Jackson will be important in this rotation. Then, at the end of the season, they will assess the situation. But what I can tell you is that between Jackson and Chelsea, it's over. So Chelsea are not expected to consider Jackson as part of the squad anymore in 2026. Even if Bayern don't sign the player and he goes back to Chelsea, they will look for a different solution. Might be in Italy, where there is a lot of interest. Might be in England, Aston Villa, Bayern, of course. Let's see what they decide to do. For Jackson, there will be a lot of interest. But at the moment, what I can guarantee, Aston Villa wanted him last summer. That's why I mentioned Aston Villa. Unai Emery knows the player well from Villarreal. But what I want to tell you is that between Jackson and Chelsea, the story is considered over. This is a mutual decision. Both Chelsea and Jackson see the future in a different way, and so Jackson could be a big name for 2026 based on what happens with Bayern. A big name in 2026 is going to be Semenyo. I told you about this release clause, a £65 million package. I told you about the timing of the release clause, not valid for the whole month of January, just a few days into January, also to allow eventually Bournemouth to find a replacement. Let me confirm two things. Manchester United at this stage are not in active talks for Semenyo because their focus at this stage is on investing big money on different positions, like new midfielder. So at this stage, they like Semenyo, yes. Amorim likes Semenyo, for sure. But the priority target in this moment is on a different position. Second point, Liverpool informed, Manchester City informed. Both clubs remain well informed on the release clause of Antoine Semenyo, valid also in January. So keep an eye on that situation, because at the moment, still nothing is decided. Now it's December, so in the next weeks, the situation will be more clear. But the Semenyo story at this stage is still very much on. So let's see what's going to happen with the clubs interested in Antoine Semenyo.
Flipping ads.
Then I wanted to answer to two more questions, because I'm receiving and I'm checking many of your questions in the YouTube comments, and not only. The first one is about Lewis Kelly. There are always rumors for Lewis Kelly. During the international break, rumors about a loan, maybe Crystal Palace, maybe West Ham, go, play, World Cup. No chance. Arsenal don't want Lewis Kelly to leave. And then rumors about Chelsea. Today in England, rumors about Chelsea considering a permanent transfer proposal for Lewis Kelly. Forget about that. Lewis Kelly is Arsenal. Arsenal are very happy with Lewis Kelly, and they are not considering to part ways. Lewis Kelly is seen as a really...
No one cares. What did he have to say about Klopp?
Today's video by telling you that despite all the questions I'm getting, I'm not aware of Liverpool having any sort of contact with Jurgen Klopp. The situation of Arne Slot, we know they need to fix this situation. They won the last game against West Ham, so Liverpool are trying to get out of the negative moment. But all the rumors about Jurgen Klopp, guys, at this stage, the message coming is quite clear. No conversations, no talks over Jurgen Klopp return at Liverpool. Klopp is fully focused on the project in the Red Bull group he's having. And so that's the story as of today. Nothing into it, everything really quiet between Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. And so, guys, then your thoughts on all these stories from Onana to Semenyo and then Jurgen Klopp.
I told people this. I'd be very surprised if Jurgen Klopp came back to Liverpool. I said this from day one, so yeah, it's almost like I was right. But no, look, that was the Semenyo chat. I mean, look, I've got a feeling this deal will happen. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. But look, I will definitely 110% take him at this stage, just due to the fact that we have no choice. We need someone that's gonna have that attacking brilliance on that left-hand side, that can dribble into the box, that can create chances, that can help out the likes of Alexander Isak, etc. So, and again, I said one of the reasons as to why I personally wouldn't have taken him or had him was due to, the factors of, I thought he'd be worth more than that. I thought ultimately he'd be worth way more than 60 million quid. I never thought that we would probably be getting him for that price. So for me, I can see why Liverpool are 100% doing the deal. I can definitely, see why we're definitely looking to do it. And I think it'd be a fantastic business. We need someone on the left-hand side. Is it my priority? No. There's other players. If I'm being truly honest, I would take over Semenyo. If I'm being truly honest, there is other players that I would take over Semenyo in terms of the priorities list. Like, my priority is a midfielder. My priority is a centre back. So they're my priorities, if I'm being truly honest, as to what I would want. But it looks like it's going to be Antoine Semenyo that we probably look to get in January. When are you doing the Arsenal part? Well, there's no Arsenal part in this show, mate. Hate to break it to you, mate. I know you're heartbroken. We do have some more other Semenyo topics. Also, this is coming from another journalist. A tried and trusted pacey winger would add another dismission to Liverpool's attack, and several players are admired. Antoine Semenyo is one of those, but after a huge outlay on attacking players in last window, there's no rush to bring anyone anymore. Liverpool are also mindful of blocking Rio and Gamora's pathway, and Slot would also like to see how Frimpong performs on the right-hand side of attack when he returns from injury. Only a standout market opportunity will alert that thinking in January. And I think personally Semenyo is that. I think personally Semenyo is that, and I think Semenyo will be that. I'll be quietly surprised if Liverpool don't actually get him, to be honest with you, with all the links, with everything that's been happening. I'll be very surprised if that was the case. I'll be sorry. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion. I'll be very surprised if it doesn't happen. Be very surprised. I do have some other ones of Semenyo. Yep, here's an IndyCar tweet as well. Exclusive Liverpool updates. Arne Slot's job is still on the line. The next two games are vital. Liverpool eyeing January move for Atalanta midfielder Ederson. Manchester City must sell a marquee player to sign Antoine Semenyo. This still leaves LFC as the favourites currently. Again, because they've got Doku, Semenyo. I could see them maybe selling Semenyo, and they looked open to selling Semenyo in the summer. They looked open to it because, he almost went to Spurs. So, very interesting. Smash these likes if you haven't already done so. I think we're on 23 likes? Yeah, bless up to everybody. 1 second. Right, we're back. So let's break this down. What he's had to say then. So we'll start off with Semenyo. I mean, look, Semenyo went to Spurs. They looked open to selling him, so I can see why there is a bit of a pathway in terms of they'll need to sell someone to bring someone in. They're not going to sell Doku. He's had a fantastic season, in my opinion. I think he's been okay, for them. I'm surprised Man City's not going for someone like a Rodrigo. I think QT Mods mentioned it in the chat. I swear I just saw someone mention it. Rodrigo will join Liverpool next summer. Sorry, Mello mentioned it. I'm surprised Manchester City aren't looking at Semenyo. Well, not Semenyo. Rodrigo. I'm surprised. That's not, being a talking point. And as for Edison, look, I think it'll be a good signing, but I don't think it's what Liverpool need. I think Liverpool, when it comes to the midfield, I think Liverpool need to make their mind up in terms of what midfielder they want. Do they want a controlling tempo six who can dictate the play with the passing range? They can also do that sweeper role where they can go left to right, cover the fullbacks, cover the midfield, cover the back four. Or do they want that big, robust, physical midfielder, engine type in the midfield that can play as a six, that can do a job, they can do a job in the six, that can also do in the eight, someone like an Elliot Anderson? Or do they want, someone like an Edison from Atalanta? So I think Liverpool need to make their mind up from that perspective. I think Adam Watson's our first choice. I think Elliot Anderson we're definitely interested in. I think we're interested in about 3 or 4 midfielders. I think we only signed someone like an Edison, in my opinion. Depends on the overall transfer fee. How old is Edison, Noah? How old is he? Let's have a look. He's 26. He's 26. I've not seen much of him this season. If I'm being truly honest, I've not seen much of him. The odds 12th in the league, so they're not even having a fantastic season. And yeah, I don't think they're even in Europe. Let me have a look. No, I think they are in Europe, actually. Yeah, they are. Let's have a look. Atalanta, let's see how they're doing this season. Yeah, so they're 12th in the league. They're miles off it. They're like 8 points behind the European places. They're like 8 points behind. Yeah, they are in the Champions League. Yeah, they are in the Champions League. And in the Champions League places, they're 10th. They are 10th. So they're having a decent Champions League campaign, but as for a domestic league campaign, it's not been too fantastic. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and then we're going to talk about the Liverpool game while we're also rounding up on this. Isaac Jokeres, yeah, 100. A team in 8th. He's trying to banter me. Brothers, you are not a threat to man. Just lingering after thought. Well, Wesley, you seem to be mentioning us, so I think you are somewhat rattled, my friend. Jokeres is crap, yeah. Big up, mate. Hope you're well. You are sensible for waffling there. Slap the likes, Semenyo, done IMO. I think Semenyo will get done. Honestly, in this chat, why does anyone attempt to chat to the Arsenal, man? We are so clear of Liverpool, man. I wish you guys the best for your top 4 race, little fish. I wish your best for you to come second again. How you gonna do in the Champions League, Wesley? Bro, he wants to chat to me, bro. I've won every single trophy there is. Have you? No. Allow it. Arsenal forwards are League One players. Broke 2 transfer records to be worse than Ambrose United. I swear down, you lot make me sick. Yeah, again, context. Klopp is my gaffer. Yeah, bless up Klopp. I do a show with Touchline. He's all right, to be fair, backstage. In the UCL teams, are tough and adaptable in the FA Cup. If Palace meet you lot, it's curtains. No too much in City, Arsenal, or Chelsea. Well, we actually played you in the FA Cup. Last time we played you in the FA Cup, we knocked you out. Yeah, good one. There is no Arsenal part today, mate. We don't talk about small clubs. Man said we don't talk about small clubs, you know. Rodrigo will join Liverpool next summer. Wesley, top reports in Brazil are already reporting it, but I guess you know more than top reporters. Oh man, we are linked with so many players. I'd rather we start getting some hard-working players like Endo Milner. We have had enough techie, but not enough dogs. I think Liverpool, yeah, that's a good point. I was listening to Asim from BNR. I think it was Asim talk about Liverpool's midfield. We do need to bring in some more of those midfielders. 110%. A lot of people just talking to each other in the chat. I don't want Wharton. He's defensively a liability. I actually disagree, to be honest. Semenyo, bro, he is good. Yeah, he's all right. Reacts 30 to 30 million will get you Edison. I would definitely look if Edison was costing me that much, take it, because I feel like if you're talking like as an Endo replacement, I'm not trying to compare them as players, but in terms of squad availability, squad depth, squad options, for me, I would definitely take him from that aspect. You need to glaze the Arsenal, bro. Stop focusing on Liverpool or City. Well, it's a Liverpool show, mate. Funny enough, it's dogs that are always up for the battle, allowing attacking players to shine. I'm not even skipping chats. I'm reading every single message. 6 UCLs. You tell him, bro. You tell him. But yeah, chat, we are going to round up the show talking about the Liverpool game tonight. I mean, look, I think Semenyo will get done. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't get done, in my opinion. But next up, we do have Sunderland tonight. We do have Sunderland tonight. I do think it's going to be a very tough game, as I said on the press conference. I mean, look, what scares me about Sunderland is how bad we are through defending transitions, and Sunderland are very good through transitions. Go and watch their 2 goals, perfect goals against Arsenal. They can be robust, they can overswarm the midfield, they can be defensively good. I mean, Sunderland's record this season, yeah, fixtures, table. Sunderland are 6th. This is a 6-pointer. They've only lost 3 games. One of their losses was to Fulham. I believe they lost to West Ham early in the season. And they lost to Man United. No, it was Burnley they lost to Burnley. Yeah, they lost to Burnley. Yeah, because they beat West Ham, didn't they? Yeah, they beat West Ham 3-0, yeah. They lost to Burnley and lost to Man United. I remember they was unlucky in that game. But they've picked up some good results. They've gone to Palace, picked up a result. They've gone to Forest, picked up a win. They've gone to Chelsea, picked up a win. Picked up a result against Everton, who have been good. They picked up a result against Arsenal. They've beaten Bournemouth, who have been fantastic to watch this season. And then they've got Liverpool tonight. So they turn up in the big games. They do turn up in the big games. And 110%, that is a worry for me. You know, it's going to be a really, really tough game tonight. You know, you got players like your Brian Bobbies, who have been very good this season. Xhaka has turned up for them season. I think how you pronounce his name is Ballard. He's been quite good to watch as a centre back this season. They've signed some good players. Like they've got Muiki at right back. They've got Leonido at left back. They've got Xhaka in the midfield. Islador, he's on a couple of goals. He's been good. Brian Bobby, who I've mentioned as an impact substitution, has been very good for this season. And you know, they're battling up there. They can go to away grounds and get results. So, you know, they are very good. Let me catch up. Look at the table, bro. That's what's missing from this team. Mr. Reacts, why are you not talking to me? I come especially for you. I'm not ignoring you. Donna Touchline was begging for you to come to the chat. Touchline Facts wants them super chats. Yeah, man. How to get to Touchline's chatting? Mrs. Wesley meant no idea. Bless her uncle, man. Obi-Wan, my G. If you're doing a match reaction tonight, I'll be down to come on with you, bro. Anytime, always, bro. Bless up to Uncle Man. Everyone go subscribe to Uncle Rods. He's back on YouTube. It's good to see. He's grinding away, doing some great content. He's on the road to, okay, let's forget, 6K subs. Go and subscribe to Uncle Rods. He does some great content. I mean, he's back doing content, and yeah, I think he's got a show tonight. I think he's doing a show tonight. He did do a preview for the Sunderland game as well. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out. I can't remember if I was on that. Yeah, I was on it. I did go on it. I was on that show. Yeah, N9, not N90. JP was on it. Fozzie was on it. So yeah, a lot of guys were on it. But yeah, chat, bless up to you all, man. 22 likes. Love to see. I'm sure Wesley, bro. I don't know, man. What is going on here? Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah, bless up to you, man. But yeah, tonight it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be an absolute tough game tonight. Sunderland at home. I'm not confident if I'm being truly honest. I'm not confident for the game. You know, if I'm being truly honest with you, I'm not confident. I'm not confident. We will win 3-1. Reaction should do content with Fanzone TV. Listen, I'd be down to do content with anyone, my bro. Any Liverpool fan I'll do content with. If I get asked, I get asked. Do you know what I'm saying? Is the Uncle Rods? Yeah, that is Uncle Rods. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Let me actually make Uncle a mod. Actually, let me make Uncle a mod. Add as a moderator. Yeah, there we go. Uncle's now a mod on my channel. I don't know why he wasn't a mod beforehand. I swear he was a mod before. But no, chat. Sunderland tonight. Look, we saw Slot's press conference yesterday. The players, we've not had any players come back for this game. We've not so far had any players come back for this game. You know, I think Frimpong is obviously way too early. Conor Bradley is out injured. I think the team that will play tonight will be Alisson. I think you'll see Robertson in there. I think he'll go with the exact same team. I think he might go. According to FootMob, they've got it down as Alisson, Jones, Konate, Van Dijk, McAllister, Gravenberch, Salah, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Ekitike. Like, no. Listen, it's about time Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz start getting some regular game time. I swear, if this manager drops Wirtz and Isak, oh, bro, I can't. I actually can't if he drops them. But no, the only injuries for Liverpool is Conor Bradley. He should be back around. When do we play Wolves? 27th of December. Frimpong, I think he'll be back for probably Spurs. No, actually, no. The manager said Bradley is back in training, so we'll see next week. I think Bradley might be back for. I think Conor Bradley will come back for. Who have we got after the Inter game? Brighton. I think he'll come back for Brighton. I think Frimpong around about the same time. Is it at Anfield? Yes, at Anfield. Yeah, Uncle's a proper G, man. Yeah. Make sure you show Uncle some love, man. Who do you think will start tonight, brother? In my team, I said Alisson, Gomez, Virgil, Konate, Kirkez, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. I just think Salah will come back into the team. Florian Wirtz, Gakpo and Isak. I think that's the team that Slot might go for. I think that's the team he will, go for. So I think that's the team he will very much go for. My score prediction, I said, I think Liverpool will win 2-1. I think 1-1 or 2-1. And I don't care, chat. If we lose tonight, I'm going to. The manager will be guessing it again. Like, I'm not going to be one of these fans where it's like, oh, we beat West Ham. That's it. Slot back in. No, I'm not going slot back in until we go on 10-game winning streak. I want Liverpool have to go and win all their games for the end of this year. Sunderland, Leeds, Inter, Brighton, Tottenham, Wolves, and Leeds. All those teams we have from now to the end of the year, we have to go and win. Have to go and win. No excuses. You can't be dropping points. This is a 6-pointer. Sunderland win tonight, they go 4 points clear of us. Brighton and Villa, if they draw, Villa are 3 points. They're on fantastic form. If they beat Brighton tonight, that's 7 points. 7 points behind Aston Villa. We could genuinely be 5 points behind the top 5. No. None of this slot in, shake it all about. Oh, react, you slot back in now after we won a game. No. We beat West Ham, bro. We didn't win the Champions League. Some fans are acting like we won the Champions League final. I'm like, bro, we beat West Ham. What are we doing? I ain't that type of reaction person. Yep. I'm going to catch. Gatper seems to be teacher's pet. Liverpool 5-0 Sunderland, their light work. Bro, I hope so, man. Why aren't the emojis specific to your channel in the options? Emojis, banter aside. What do you mean by emojis, bro? You're going to have to let me know. I have literally no idea what you're on about. But yeah, chat, we are going to wrap up in a second. I'm going to redirect you to a channel. Who should we redirect to? I was going to try and redirect to Red Reim because he wants me to go on a show for a bit, but I don't think he's got privileges. No, no. Redirect privileges needed as Red Reim to ask you to live their redirect in the community settings. So I can't even redirect to him. I can't even redirect to him. Well, what we're going to do is we'll redirect to Quasi Bold TV. For members, this is like if you are a member of our channels, you get. Oh, I see what you mean. We are releasing member like pictures and emojis within the next week. Hence why you've seen some graphics today. You've seen the content in terms of the visuals. It looks a lot more cleaner. Hence why you got specific blocks. You got the topics at the bottom, what we're going to be discussing in the show. So we're massively upgrading the channel, and I am going to be taking the members into consideration because I know I've got 30, 40 plus members on this channel. So I am going to, be doing that over the next coming week. So appreciate your support. Does anyone know if I have no idea, mate. You have to let me know. I think the defeats are a freak first, but if we lose tonight, he needs to pack his bags. But yeah, members, yeah, we are going to be releasing the emojis very, very soon. Let me check to see if Quasi's still live. Before we, redirect to him. So yeah, let's redirect to him, brother. You need to clear his arm. Oh, there we go. But yeah, chat, we are going to be back live tonight. We're going to be back live I can tell you. We'll be back live on the channel. We're going to do a team news, reacting to the team news, and then we're going to do a match reaction. So there won't be a watch long tonight. We're going to be back live on the channel in about 2.5 hours. So yeah, we're going to redirect to Quasi, show him some love, touchline. We need a touchline on the stream soon. Also, some mention of how good Arsenal are if we are winning the league. Well, we got a podcast. A Premier League podcast. Arsenal we mentioned. So, unfortunately I can't do a watch along tonight, mate. There will be a watch along for Leeds. Liverpool want to swap Canate. Wait, what? Liverpool want to swap Canate. Yeah, I couldn't. I have no idea what you're on about, my bro. Big up Team OG anyway. Canate. Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, I couldn't say what you're on about, my bro. But yeah, bless up everybody. We'll be back live later tonight. Take care, and I'll see you all tonight. Take care. Show Quasi some love. Say Footy Reacts TV raid. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care and goodbye.